if you know the game they're playing, then you can play along too.
Warning: what you are about to hear is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. If you cannot handle the truth, bugger off. But if you can, welcome to our community. Let's begin.
Today's topic, narcissism, everyone's favorite. So there are 5 types of narcissists, and we're going to break that down today so that you know exactly who you're dealing with and how. But also, if you're being called a narcissist a lot, well, maybe check the list and see if they're right. Let's get into it. Now, back in the day, we just called these people assholes and left it at that. But the difference between just a jerk and a narcissist is that narcissists are trying to manipulate you. They're trying to get you to do their bidding. And it's really easy to slip into this if you can't see what they're doing. So the first thing I want you to understand is that there's no cure for narcissism because narcissism is not a disease. It's a personality disorder, meaning that they know exactly what they're doing. It's not something that's beyond their control. It's a choice. So there's no need to feel bad or pity them because they're struggling because they're not. They can absolutely change their behavior, they just won't. So it's absolutely okay to do whatever you have to do to protect yourself from them. And also have some fun doing it. I mean, after all, if you know the game they're playing, then you can play along too. So, number 1, grandiose, overt narcissism. This is the typical narcissist. Arrogant, loud, brash. They think they're better than everyone else and they let everybody know it. The thing is that this type of narcissist is really insecure, just like the rest of them are. But because they're so loud and in your face, it feels like they're the most confident person in the room. This is actually a ruse. They need to believe that they're perfect. So anything that goes wrong is always somebody else's fault, and they never apologize for anything. This is actually their weakest point because they're telling you exactly how to break them down. And we'll get into that later. Their underlying belief is, my needs are more important than yours because I'm better than you. The second type of narcissism is the vulnerable or covert narcissist. Now, this one is harder to recognize, but it is the most common type of narcissism. The covert narcissist is anxious, resentful, sullen, and victimized. They go through long bouts of sadness and depression, and this elicits a great deal of pity from the people around them, and that's why it's so hard to see what they're actually doing. They use their sadness to manipulate you, often making you feel guilty for things you haven't even done. They make you feel guilty for calling them out on their BS, and they also make you feel like you should be trying harder. They also regularly experience hostility, anger, outbursts. They might get super angry and start crying about how everything's their fault and they're the worst person in the world, etc. These type of narcissists experience a great deal of shame and also have deep-seated fear of failure. They'll accept credit for whatever they've done right, but they can't accept blame for anything they've done wrong, including the way that their behavior is affecting you. They're already drowning in an ocean of negative emotions, so they can't handle accountability. Their underlying belief is, my needs are more important than yours because I'm a martyr. Oh my God, so now we're at the worst type of narcissism, bar none. That's number 3, the malignant narcissist. This is where psychopathy, narcissism, Machiavellianism, and sadism all get together into a large, dark, evil ball. Malignant narcissists are manipulative, exploitative, coercive, callous, cold, and cruel. At this level, they don't just lack empathy. They will purposefully go after people and hurt them for absolutely no gain because it gives them a rush. It makes them feel important and powerful. Their underlying belief is, my needs are more important than yours because I'm a threat to you. Okay, here we go. Number 4, communal narcissism. I live in New York City, and this is what I see every day, all day, 24/7. Communal narcissists need to see themselves as saviors, and they need you to see them that way too. Passionately aligning themselves with marginalized groups or endangered animals or the climate or whatever. Now, at first glance, you might think these people are super empathetic. You might even be like, wow, she does so much, or he does so much for the environment and for this cause and for that cause, but actually they're only doing it for the clout. They need to be praised, and they'll explode in rage if their good deeds aren't validated. Their underlying belief is, my needs are more important than yours because I'm a kinder person than you are. And finally, number 5, self-righteous narcissism. These people are moral exhibitionists. They're holier than thou. They're rigid, they're judgmental, and they get validation by living a more principled life than you do. So in their mind, they have higher standards than you. And you'll often see this played out in their work ethic, their workout ethic, dietary restrictions, abstinence, or strict adherence to rules, regulations, and moral codes. Now, I'm all for a higher standard, trust me, but these people use their higher standard to manipulate you. It's not just a code that they live by. They're trying to shame you into doing what they want. If you can't stick to their moral structure, they'll just invalidate you. If you can't see what they're doing, then you might actually fall into this trap because you're going to try to get their validation, and the way to do that is to do what they want you to do. See how that works? Their underlying belief is, my needs are more important than yours because I'm morally superior to you. Now, if you were raised by a narcissist, there are a ton of psychological effects that they've had on you that you might not even be aware of. I cover those in my book, but in this video, I'm going to give you some tips on how to handle narcissists depending on who they are and where you are. Number 1, narcs in the workplace. If the narcissist is someone that's on your level or beneath you, then just laugh it off. If they ask you, oh, so what did you do this weekend? Just say nothing, no matter what you did, because they're just trying to get information from you that they can use to manipulate you. Keep it light, don't argue with them, walk away, laugh it off. Narcissists cannot stand to be laughed at. If the narcissist is your boss, that's a different story. Remember that narcissists are super insecure. And this person is your boss, meaning they can open doors for you if you're smart. So play into it. Flatter them. Make them feel like you respect them. Make them feel like you can't see right through them. If you get praised at work for doing a good job, always, always, always say that it's because of your narc boss and the wonderful team that he or she put together. This type of flattery really affects narcissists because that's what they want. So give it to them and get what you want. Don't struggle against them because you have nothing to gain. Instead, use their weakness against them and get ahead. Narcs in friendship. All narcs are not the same. They're on a spectrum, so it depends on where on the spectrum they are. And maybe they have other good qualities, and maybe you've known them forever. They're a narcissist, but it's not bad, it's not malignant, and you can deal with it. So if it's a friendship that you actually value, when they start being a narc or start putting you down or saying funny jokes at your expense, always have a comeback. This actually works because if they understand what they're doing, which they do, and they're not malignant, then they'll probably laugh it off too. There's no reason to break up a friendship that has other benefits just because your friend happens to be a little bit of a jerk. Just be a jerk back. If this person is a malignant narcissist or they're constantly putting you down, then just cut the relationship off. This person is not your friend. However many years you've known each other or whatever the case may be, just get away from them. You're not going to change them, and there's nothing good that can come from this relationship. Now, if you have narcs in your family, this could be really tough, especially if the narcissist is one of your parents. So how to deal with this? Do you absolutely have to cut off that family member? No. But you do have to manage your expectations. If you're going to deal with them with boundaries, meaning if they start down a road, you absolutely put a halt to it, either by saying, oh, I got to run, oh, I'll call you back, oh, I'll see you next week, oh, look at the time, and just remove yourself from the situation or hang up if it's a phone call. What you don't want to do is get suckered into that and start feeling guilty for not trying harder. You also don't want to get into an argument with them because you're not going to win. You're not going to change them. They are who they are. The best thing you can do is just protect yourself. If it gets to the point where you can't handle it anymore, then just tell them directly, look, I love you. You're important to me. But if you continue to treat me this way, I won't engage. Then stick to it. Again, they know what they're doing, and you have every right to protect yourself. And no, don't feel guilty about it. You're not the cause of their issue, and you can't fix it even if you wanted to. Now, if the narc is one of your kids and they're a minor, nip that shit in the bud. Let them know, I hear you, but if you talk to me that way again, there will be consequences. And follow through. Your kids owe you respect. And unless they're paying their own mortgage, then they need to follow the rules. your rules. Don't let them manipulate you. They're children. They don't know what they're doing. And it's your job to set up boundaries so that they have a better chance of thriving in the world once they leave your house. Now, let's talk about if you're involved romantically with a narcissist. What should you do? Break up. There is no good scenario for you in this situation. Anybody who's ever been with a narcissist will tell you that it is emotionally and mentally and spiritually draining. But there's a reason why that is, and I'll talk about that in another video. The best thing you can do is leave. But if you can't leave just yet, then the second best thing that you can do to control their narcissism is not to fall into it. Don't give them any emotional currency because that's what they're looking for. They want you to feel like crap. They want you to fall in line. They want to be able to control you. Don't give it to them. Their opinion is their opinion. Who cares? Let them have it. Stop trying to prove yourself to them. Another thing that you can do is laugh it off. You don't have to get angry. The reason that you get angry is because you're not in control. And the reason that you're not in control, I will cover in another video. And I probably already did if you look somewhere here. The point is to get out. And until you get out, just go with the flow. Laugh at them. Make fun of it. Don't let it get to you. Don't let it affect you. A narc cannot affect you unless you let them. Now, if you're the narcissist and you just realize that because of the list, then there are a few things that you can start to do right now to help yourself get out of this cycle because it's weird and it's actually working against you. Number one, try to get back to the root of the problem. Narcissists are made, they're not born. So there was something in your environment growing up that caused this insecurity to take root inside of you. Most narcissists suffer from what psychologist Carol Dweck called a fixed mindset. A person with a fixed mindset believes that their mistakes are proof of their unworthiness. They're not just part of learning and growing. It's a life sentence that they will never be able to live down. Now, because of this fear, they're afraid to take accountability because it would prove that they're unworthy all the time, forever. But that's just not true. If you are struggling with this, I want you to know that you don't have to live this way anymore. You can absolutely change this mindset and free yourself from this cycle because, like I said, it's working against you. I cover this in my book, Reframe It, but I'm also going to drop a couple of videos on this subject because I know that there are a ton of people out there suffering from a fixed mindset and they don't have to be. There is a way out and I'll show you. There you have it, the 5 types of narcissism. So, who's the narc in your life? Drop a comment below and let me know your story. I'm dying to hear it. I hope I've given you guys some clarification. If you liked this video and you know somebody who really needs to hear this, then please leave a thumbs up below and share it. See you guys on the next vid.
Ready to overcome your mental blocks? Click the link below and grab your copy of Reframe It. Like and subscribe for more tips to help you level up. See you on the next vid.